Today is indeed a very sad and tragic day for Denims and her 60 fans who worship her. Everyone here and their mama knows who Denims is. I'm not going to, explain the whole lore. I've made about 20 billion videos on this woman. If you know, you know. I've been making so many videos and I've been having so much fun that I can't remember the last time we talked about Denims. Oh, it was like 3 days ago. Oh, well. It truly has felt like a lifetime since the last time we talked about her. And it's not looking good for her. If anything, this girl is cooked. And I'm not the one saying this. This is coming from a lawyer. Imagine a lawyer saying she's cooked. This YouTube lawyer who goes by Legal Mindset has recently been talking about the whole Hassan, kaceytron, H3, Johnny Somali, the whole drama. And yesterday he made this video called "It Looks Bad for Denims," and it reveals stuff that I didn't even know existed. And if a lawyer is telling you you're cooked, you're most likely cooked. Now the video is over an hour long. I already saw all of it. So if you appreciate my sacrifice, my brave and stunning sacrifice, watching a YouTube video while you're sitting in bed half naked is truly harder than a 9 to 5. So if you appreciate my sacrifice, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We gotta up those numbers, guys.
Let's start with the lawsuits, shall we?
Yes, sir. I'm
and
ready.
The first one up, per popular demand, is our girl, Denims. This is TED Entertainment, California Corporation, versus Alexandra Marwa Saber, aka Denims or PKA Denims. And you can see here, jury trial demanded. So I would presume that if this proceeds to trial, there will be a jury trial. So typically they will grant that. So let's go down here. You've got this one, and here you got The Nightmare on Denim Street. So I've talked about legal writing. Legal writing is boring. Yes. And judges are humans. You want to entertain them. So while many people may find these things silly, as long as they are not distracting, adding something interesting that is not completely distracting is okay.
That's actually really interesting. I think this is one of the first times where I'm actually learning something. I guess that is true. I never thought about that. So if you can make it a bit easier for them, a little entertaining goes a long way, especially when you're used to 80, 200 pages of just black and white. The Nightmare on Denim Street, the picture, it adds to it and it's not distracting at all. A minute in and I'm already learning more than I did in high school. As my favorite YouTuber of all time would say, don't stay in school, just watch YouTube and Goon. Can I get an amen in the chat for that?
We're relying on you to stay live. So we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it since he's confirmed it's coming out today. I'm going to stream it, Denims, prior to reacting to content Nuke on Piker. So you start strong. He started with an engaging title, Nightmare on Denim Street, and a engaging quote, which goes right to the heart of it and really is the most damning piece of evidence. So he's putting at the beginning of the complaint, at the beginning, up front, the most damning evidence against Denims. That's the way to do it. That's correct. You start with something really strong that you're like, that the judge can't disagree with.
It kind of feels like I'm back at school in a good way. I feel like going into my closet and pulling my old backpack that I used to take when I went to university before I dropped out because fuck school. You're actually learning something. I feel like my brain is finally being turned on.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, and throw a prime if you like my content.
Ooh, yeah, that looks bad. I'm trying to look at this from the perspective of a lawyer, judge, whatever you guys want to call it. And it's like, if I read this, it looks pretty damning. It looks bad.
These two are the best pieces of evidence that he has. And then we're going to go. This is ambiguous. Lazy reaction videos that copy entire copyrighted works. That is something that could be legal or could be illegal. It could be okay to have a reaction video that someone else calls lazy, but is actually legally sufficient. So lazy is subjective. It's a wide open standard. So what is a lazy video? Some people have called reacting, putting on a documentary and reacting to it, talking to it, and putting up points and say, oh, that's kind of lazy. What's lazy is subjective. So I don't like that. But they added the other part to it. They added purposefully siphoned views and revenue away from the original. So when the judges are looking at this, they're saying, oh, we're not ruling on just whether you can react, because that's kind of gray area. It's React Plus.
When I think of lazy content reactions, I think of the 2020, probably 2018 to 2022 meta, where a whole bunch of Twitch streamers were just stealing content, eating coffee. How the fuck do you eat a coffee? Drinking coffee. It's like 12 a.m. guys. I'm like not all there. These people were shameless. They were eating food, letting the video play, say something like, oh wow, that's crazy. Wow, that really happened. Oh my God, no way. Anyways, resume, click, let's just keep it going. That's the type of content the most YouTubers and people don't like nor agree with. I do reactions, people react to my content, I react to other people's content.
They have been involved in copyright lawsuits. So what this means is they have lawyers that are experienced here. So while the Kleins have a major advantage, both in money and experienced lawyers, now Denims, Frogan, and kaceytron, they might be out there getting the Saul Goodmans of the copyright law world. We have no idea. They may have to get the strip mall lawyer because, frankly, I don't think they're going to have enough money for the white glove, top tier New York law firms or California law firms that are at the top tier of their game. I just don't think so.
Frogan couldn't even afford Saul Goodman from season 1, let alone a decent lawyer. Maybe Denims? I'm sure she has some money, right? The people that are going to feel this the most are definitely fucking Frogan and kaceytron, which, I don't know, skill issue. I mean, that's kind of on you. I feel bad for laughing. But guys, remember, I cannot be criticized because I'm not 32 years old yet. I'm not even 28. I'm not even 27 years old. So I still have lots of years to develop empathy.
Denims timed her group viewing sessions to coincide with the exact moment that he released the works. This is also deadly. This one is also deadly. The fact that she did it live. She didn't even wait. She did it live. If she had waited and done it the next day or done it 2 days after, Denims would have a better argument. But she didn't wait because these people are impatient idiots. They have no idea about the law. They have no idea about anything. And doing things like that, doing things live, and was perfect. It really put her in the worst possible legal position. She's screwed. And once again, never 100%, but we're approaching, I think, upper 70s, 80s, 90s in the percentage chance. I would even say right now, before I read any more of this, at this point, I'm leaning on the 90s%.
Are you telling me that Denims is 90% fucked? Shout out to Nux. It's just common sense, guys, right? I'm not a copyright expert, okay? I just come on here and I like to speak my mind. I like to share my opinions on X, Y, and Z. Whenever I make content, I never thought, am I breaking the law? I'm just thinking, well, let's not be an asshole and steal this whole person's video, right? You don't need to be fucking Saul Goodman or legal mindset or legal eagle. Just use common sense, right? Common sense will get you out of like 95% of questionable / tricky situations. You don't need to have Albert Einstein IQ. Use your common sense for most things and you should be fine in life. Don't be an idiot. Don't let ego control you. Just be a decent human being, all right? That's all I gotta say. Why am I saying this? Why am I giving a motivational Sigma talk at 12 a.m.? It's because these people like Denims, have no fucking common sense.
I usually try to steel man the other side. I try to give them the best possible option. In this case, I am actually giving them the real steel man. I mean, I wasn't kidding when I said their best option is to settle. That is genuinely the truth. It is genuinely the truth. Settle, please.
Shout out to the lawyer for giving you expensive tips and advice for free. Any logical and smart person would settle. You might be like, I'm fucked. I'm getting sued. I'm not gonna fight this. Sometimes you gotta be like, I'm not gonna win this. All right. You gotta own up to it. You gotta face reality. You gotta be like, I'm probably not going to get away with this. So let's just go with the least hurtful and painful solution here. That being settle. That's what I would do. If the lawyer is telling me to settle, I will fucking settle. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Denims said she wanted to fight this, which is such a dumb idea, and you're gonna be more financially fucked if you do this, okay? I would 1,000% settle. It might hurt my pride. It might hurt my ego. I'm not risking losing more money. Like, I'm gonna lose money regardless. Let me lose the least amount to do the least amount of damage.
Finally, on the Ethan Klein lawsuit stuff, just to reiterate with all of you, I will be fighting this lawsuit. I have legal counsel.
And avoid the drudgery in working up something fresh. This lawsuit is to hold Denims accountable for her infringement in the H3 snark Marlets accountable for materially contributing to her infringement. This is a very strong intro, very engaging, lots of good words, clear to the point, tells you what you need to, not too long, very convincing. A+ intro. I like the intro. The intro's good.
I think you and I and everyone who's watching this video, I think we could all collectively agree that Denims winning is most likely never gonna happen. I think there's a higher chance of me becoming a billionaire by doing nothing, and Jeff Bezos walking into my house and being like, you know what, Oscar? I fuck with you. Here's $2 billion. That is more likely than Denims winning this lawsuit, okay? Just to put into perspective, there's a higher chance of me becoming the fucking president of the United States tonight than Denims winning.
Denims is one of the most loyal and ardent defenders of Hassan Piker, aka Hassan Abi Hassan. So obviously, you know, we can see who's Big Daddy. Big Daddy is Hassan. Much like Scientologists engage in fair game, I like the comparison to Scientology. Denims ruthlessly attacks with reckless abandon anyone who disagrees with her, Hassan. On November 17, 2023, in a now deleted video, Denims read Osama bin Laden's letter to America in its entirety on stream. She frequently expressed agreement and support for the letter, such as America deserved 9/11.
I just can't imagine someone of importance reading this and just be like, the fuck? America deserved 9/11? I can't disavow facts, man. If the wrong judge reads this, that's game over. Because, like, what if they have family that died during 9/11? You know what I mean? The longer this video goes on, the more Denims and the other guys are fucked. I mean, how do you even come back from this?
Yeah, that's a hell of a look. That's a hell of a look. I'll just say that.
Do you know how bad that makes you look? It makes you look like a terrorist sympathizer, which they are.
Why do they attack us in New York and Washington? If Ariel Sharon is a man of peace in the eyes of George Bush, then we are also a man of peace. America does not understand the language or manner of manners and principles. So we are addressing it using a language it understands. Denims responds. He is not wrong about that. The U.S. only understands violence.
Just pack it up, little bro. Please listen to Legal Mindset. Settle? How do you even fucking respond to this, dude? Well, Your Honor, let me give you context. So Hassan said America deserved 9/11, and I'm a waiting room streamer, so I also said America deserved 9/11, and then I read Osama's letter to America, and I agree with some points. Does that clear some stuff up?
Bin Laden's criticisms of the United States are all correct.
Based?
Interesting. That I'm sure a judge and jury are going to love that.
If you don't know what a Denims is and you just read all of this, it makes her look like she loves terrorism and supports it nonstop and gets special treatment from Twitch. I mean, that is literally what she is. But I mean, if you've never seen her before and you're just reading this, you would come to that conclusion naturally. The video is getting way too long. I mean, I'm having a blast. We're like 30 minutes in, but I don't want to steal this whole video and then be sued. So I'm just going to leave it here. With that said, I think it's my time to get out of here. So let's get those numbers up. Let's hit 600K or I will sue each and every single one of you who are not subscribed. All right. I'm going to serve you.